Will the market go up or down? Should you lock in or float? Find out this and more with Master of the Markets, hosted by Barry Habib of MBS Highway. Brought to you by Paramount Residential Mortgage Group.
Welcome to another edition of Master of the Markets. I'm Barry Habib at MBS Highway. This is created exclusively for NMP TV, and it's brought to you by our good friends at PRMG who are working for your best interest. Last week was an interesting one. We thought it'd be a rocky road, and mortgage bonds did bounce around. They got the numbers on inflation, which were a little hotter than expected, and sank dramatically. But then Johnson & Johnson issues, even though they're rare, with blood clots from women between ages 18 and 48. There were 6 of them. Now, there was about 7 million doses given, but there was about a 2 or 3 week waiting period, so who knows exactly how many. Who knows, maybe it's 5 million. Still a very low number, but enough for the Centers for Disease Control, the CDC, as well as the FDA to say, hey, let's pause this, let's do a little research. And as that slowed the anticipation of reopening, bonds reacted very favorably to that news. But they are now at some important resistance levels before they can improve further. The same thing for yields. They're both testing important levels. I'm a little bit skeptical to think that they could break through. We want to give it a chance, but I'd be very cautious here because there is a long way to go in losses for mortgage-backed securities, about 65 basis points worth just to get to that next floor. They're at the 50-day moving average now. To go back to the 25-day where the next floor is, we could lose 65 basis points. So any momentum to the downside, I'd be extremely cautious and protective to protect that pricing right there. Now, with respect to news, we have some housing news this week. We got some housing data last week that was good. NAHB showing that traffic best level since November on new construction. And this kind of dispels some of the things saying there's not enough people interested or that yields being a little bit higher have really hurt the housing market. What people in the media don't understand is that there's essentially 2 ways to look at the housing market. There's number of transactions, and then there's price appreciation. Well, if there's a lack of inventory, the number of transactions is slowing. It's not because buyers aren't out there. Buyers are out there, but they just are having a hard time because there's not enough product for them. Speaking of which, the latest proposal from the government saying, hey, let's put out that fire of the housing market with gasoline. Let's give an incentive of $25,000 to first-generation home buyers so that we can have even more people try to find not enough homes. Not a very wise decision in my humble opinion, but let's see, we need the opposite. We need more product, not more buyers. And that would bring more buyers actually, but I wish they would appropriate that money towards the availability of homes and incent builders to build on the lower end, use some of those dollars that way. We'll see. With regards to the news this week, as I mentioned, we have some good housing data that will come out on existing home sales. I expect it to be pretty robust. That's closings on existing homes, represents about 85% of the housing market. And then there's new home sales, which is contracts on the new construction side. I also anticipate that to be robust. Remember, if those numbers come in any way, shape, or form shy, it isn't because of demand or desire. It's because of lack of product to sell. Now, we'll also get a 20-year bond auction, and this one will be important because this has been and can be market moving as well. So we'll watch for this week's news. I hope that you watch along with us every day on MBS Highway like so many. Look, you've got some tough sledding ahead in this market. As I mentioned, inventory is tight. Rates have gone up, so refinances. How do we show people to continue to refinance? How do we do debt consolidation to keep your business going? We've got all that. We're the only ones who have it. We've got bid over ask tools that allow you to evaluate. We're the only ones who have that. People are killing it with the stuff that we have and gaining more realtor sources. In fact, realtors are flocking to them saying, oh my gosh, I need this, please help me. You need to be that person. Get on MBS Highway. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Be sure to click on the link below for your free 30-day MBS Highway trial.